algorithm values consistency, and I comment on other people's posts. Yes. Try to find some people that you can see LinkedIn really likes.
Okay.
So people that pop up on your feed a lot.
Like Janet Murray.
Like Janet Murray. Try to comment on theirs, because that will also help the algorithm to find you.
Ah, yes. Okay.
So you're commenting, be authentic.
Yes.
Don't post silly things, because that'll just annoy people. But be authentic. But, to me, that's the best part of LinkedIn, because you can have such interesting conversations. Yeah. For some reason, you can find much more interesting stuff on LinkedIn than you can on any other social media platform, I think.
That's so true, because at the minute, I'm doing a lot of stuff on Instagram at the minute, but it's not really designed for conversation.
No, it's not really, is it?
No. And, it's kind of similar to the other social media channels, in that if you're by commenting on other people on Twitter and on Instagram, it raises your profile. But if you're just commenting nonsense, it does nothing for you.
No. You've got to. I mean, you're always on display as such. If you're an individual, or if you're a personal brand, then everything you say is what people see as you, as your business.
Yeah, that's very true. So, do you use LinkedIn groups?
I don't use LinkedIn groups, no. I am a member of some. I've probably been a member of for a couple of years, but I never post in LinkedIn groups now. Basically, they just became so spam that I don't believe that they're of much use anymore. Now, LinkedIn have said that they're going to overhaul them, and I hope they do, and I hope they take out all the spam and they become useful again. But at the moment, I don't feel like that they're useful.
No, I don't really go into them, to be honest.
No.
And do you get business from LinkedIn, Cathy?
I have got business from LinkedIn. Yeah. At the moment, I wouldn't say I get loads of business from LinkedIn, but definitely I have got business from LinkedIn, and I've made some good connections on LinkedIn. Yes. I would also say, don't just connect with anybody.
No.
And when you do try to connect with somebody, try to personalize. Add a note is what LinkedIn calls it.
Yeah.
It's quite difficult. It's not easy to do on your phone, particularly. LinkedIn makes it a bit of a rigmarole to try and do it on your phone.
Yes, because I tell everybody in training and workshops, you always send a note to explain, why you're connecting with somebody, unless it's like your colleague who you work beside the desk beside you. But when you do it on your mobile, it goes before you get.
It's difficult. There is a little workaround, but it's not something that's automatic. Otherwise, it just goes, and it's already gone. Then there's nothing you can do about it.
Yeah, exactly. And then I get connection requests from the most random people, and I think, why are you trying to connect with me? Are you literally just trying to grow the numbers of connections you have?
Yeah, I mean, and there is an argument for that. It's not stupid to try and grow your connections, for sure. But yeah, I don't accept connections from really, really random people, or people that don't have pictures on their profile, or people that I sense are going to immediately spam me.
Yes, there's nothing worse than connecting with somebody and they instantly send you a sales message.
Yeah, so then I instantly unconnect from them.
Yes. What you should do is say, I have a worksheet here to help you understand how to use LinkedIn. Would you like a copy of it? Oh dear. Do you think would it be your favourite social media platform, Cathy?
Yeah, I think it is my favourite at the moment. Yes.
Yeah.
I've definitely fallen out of love with Facebook, that's for sure.
Have you?
Yes, I have.
You see,
too many changes, and the reach has dropped so dramatically. Even if engagement is still at the same level. So I'm thinking particularly of a charity client that I've got.
Okay.
And engagement is just as good as it was last year, but reach has probably halved. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's not fair.
No, it's not fair. I think people are coming around to the idea now that Facebook is a business and not a charity that the government created for them. Because people still get annoyed about their Facebook page not being shown. Yes, reach has dropped, but at the same time, it's one of the most low-cost marketing tools you can use.
Yeah, yes, it is.
Business owner.
Although costs are rising on Facebook advertising, but yes, no, it definitely is. It definitely is, and fabulous targeting. You can't beat the targeting.
No, you can't. And I have my Facebook group, the Social Beehive, and it definitely. I use it for different reasons. And I did a podcast last week. It was about Facebook groups. But one of the things I use it for is actually finding out what my audience want to know about, which I'm not sure that I would get so much on LinkedIn. But then what I do is I ask them what they want to know about, then I create content to answer that. Mm-hmm. That's what you can then use across my other social media channels. So it's still my number one social media platform. It definitely is. But I think I'm probably more likely to get business through LinkedIn.
I think most people, especially if they're B2B, I think most people are more likely to get business through LinkedIn, to be honest, if they're using it properly.
Yeah. So I got, before we came on this call together, I have a client who has, potential client, who has contacted me and looking for help with creating a digital marketing strategy for Twitter and LinkedIn. And I'm pretty sure that's come through my LinkedIn profile.
Yeah, I mean, perhaps LinkedIn is a bit more of a professional network.
Yeah, I think so. So what kind of things would do you publish posts on LinkedIn Pulse?
I do publish articles. What I tend to do is I put my blogs on there from my Socially Contented page, put my blogs on there a couple of weeks after they've been posted. Now, I believe you don't have to wait so long now. You don't need to wait a couple of weeks anymore.
Okay.
I know when I did Amy Wood's podcast that I know that you're on soon.
Yes.
I said that I waited a couple of weeks, but I think things have changed a little bit since then. Mm-hmm. But basically, Google has already kind of authorized you as the author of the original content if you've put it on your website. So what I do is I copy it, I put it on LinkedIn as an article, I add some pictures, and then I post it on LinkedIn as an article. What I don't do is when I publish my original blog, I don't put that on LinkedIn and put a link to it, because LinkedIn doesn't like you taking people off the platform. So I don't post links on LinkedIn generally. If I do, I put them in the first comment.
That's really interesting, because I would share my podcast. So when I create a podcast, I then create a accompanying blog post where the podcast is embedded into my website, and I share that onto LinkedIn. So how would I do that on LinkedIn without sharing the page across, I wonder?
Well, if I was going to have to share a link on LinkedIn, either I would put in the body of the post, I would put link in comments, and I would put it in the first comment. The drawback with that is that the LinkedIn algorithm shows the comments in order of relevance.
Yes.
What it considers to be the most relevant. So that comment with the link in may move about. It won't stay as the top comment. Mm-hmm. So if your post gets very popular and you get lots of comments, it can be quite hard to find the link. That's the drawback with that one. The other workaround for it is that you can put the link in so that it brings up a preview, and then take out the preview part of it.
Oh, take out the preview, not the URL. Okay.
You can do that, but then it won't show the picture, which is the drawback. Or you can go back and edit the post, and I believe then the algorithm doesn't penalise you if you put the link in after you've edited it.
Right, I need to experiment with this, Cathy.
Yeah, have a look at some content from John Esperian.
Okay.
I can send you his link afterwards if you want, and you can put it in the show notes.
I follow him on Twitter, actually.
Yeah. He's done lots of really good content on LinkedIn, and he's experimented with that. I believe that he uses the second method.
Okay, I will look at that. That's brilliant. Yeah. So I should lift my blog posts and publish them on LinkedIn. But all of the marketing that I do online is to get people on my email list. Mm-hmm. So by getting them onto my email list, is usually I need to drive them to my website. Mm-hmm. So if the blog post was just on LinkedIn, they've no need to go to my website.
Yeah, that's true. So I would do one of those 3 methods.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Just so that you're not putting the link in your actual post.
Yeah. Okay, brilliant.
LinkedIn will show it to more people.
That's a brilliant tip. That's great. Excellent.
Wasn't me that came up with it. I'm sure it was somebody else. I can't remember who now.
I know, but you're sharing it with me now.
Oh, yes.
I appreciate it. Okay. Cathy, if somebody wanted to find out more about what you do and to get in touch with you, how would they get hold of you?
Okay, so my email is cathy@sociallycontented.com. Mm-hmm. My website is sociallycontented.com. On Facebook, I am Socially Contented, quite easy. on Twitter and Instagram, it gets slightly more complicated because it's that's too long a name for Twitter. So I am Social Contented on Twitter, or just Cathy Wassell. And on LinkedIn, I am Cathy Wassell.
I have to say, it's a brilliant business name.
Yeah, well, thank you.
I really like it. It really stands out for me.
Yeah, I liked it when I got it, and then you start to have doubts about these things, don't you? But yeah, I like it again at the moment.
Oh, that's good, because I love Social B, but because I have NI on the end, it's quite interesting because the Americans think it's to do with a networking group called BNI, which I had never heard of when I started my business. And I couldn't get Social B URLs because there was just too many. So I'm Social B NI, and people outside of Northern Ireland are really confused as to what the NI means.
Oh, yes. Yes.
But there we are. That's how it goes. So, Cathy, thank you so much for joining me today.
Oh, thanks for having me.
Yeah, really had fun chatting to you. And everyone can catch up with you as Socially Contented online.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, thanks for joining the Social Bee podcast.
Thanks, Louise. Bye.
Bye. I hope you've enjoyed this episode of the Social Bee podcast. Come and join us over at www.socialbeeni.com and let's start creating a buzz about your business. And if you like what you hear, please pop over to iTunes and leave me a review. I'd really appreciate it. See you next time.